All right, hey everybody, welcome back. It's Wednesday. We've got our workout for you today. Hopefully you guys aren't feeling too bad from yesterday's workout. It was a good little dynamic bodyweight movement workout. But today we're going to be coming at you with more stability and different drills that we should be working on that we're actually getting the good opportunity to do that today. So for our warm-up today, we're going to start off with a 3-minute aerobic warm-up, jumping jacks, burpees, up, downs. You know, burpees for 3 minutes is fun, right? Whatever you guys want to do, I just want to see you get your heart rate up and actually get a little bit sweaty within those 3 minutes. That's going to help a lot with getting ready for this workout. After that, we're going to go into 10 inchworm push-ups. The push-ups are optional, but I'm a big fan of accumulating a little bit of work there. So if you can do that, awesome, have at it. I know just doing the inchworms for a few of you guys, it's a very challenging position to go into with that hamstring stretch. But remember, you guys, keep your palms down and those knees locked out. You get a good stretch throughout it. After that, we're going to go into 2 sets of 5 reverse toe touches, like from the warm-up, 30 seconds of a low plank or a plank from your elbows. Again, good straight body for that, core activated. Followed by 10 marching plank. That's going to be while you're doing that low plank. After you finish the 30 seconds, you're going to do basically 10 stationary high knees in that position. I'll show you guys that in just a second. All right, so part A today, we have this good drill called a RDL, or a single leg RDL today. Today we're gonna make it a little bit more challenging. We're gonna make that a tempo position. So if you do have weights at home or anything, you know, heavy-ish to hold on to, awesome. We're gonna go over the standards there in just a second. But RDL, do you know what it stands for? If you guys have looked on Tribe, you know what it stands for in Romanian deadlift. So for this today, you guys think about it like the rep is starting out at the top of the position, or when you're standing upright, and then you're gonna go through that hinge position and then stand tall again, and that's 1 full rep. Okay. Today we're gonna do 5 sets of 5 on each leg. I know, still awesome handwriting, but again, 5 by 5 on each leg with a tempo of being 3 seconds down, 0-second rest or no pause at the bottom, going into a 3-second ascent. Okay, so we're going down for 3 seconds and then going right back up for 3 seconds. Okay, I want you to be able to do all 5 in a row though. Okay, so again, if balance is an issue, you can either keep that toe down or hold on to an upright or a door or a counter, something like that. It doesn't have to be anything too complicated. But again, 5 by 5 on tempo, followed by our conditioning. So today, I know we ran yesterday. It's like twice in 1 week, right? It's a little bit crazy. But we're gonna run a little bit today. Today is a different pace though. Today, I want you guys to burn it down. Okay, so what I mean by that is I don't want you to pick a distance that you know is going to be hard for you. Okay, so for example, let's say if today we put up on the board and on Tribe that it's a 200 to a 400 meter run or 1 minute of up downs. I want you guys to pick the version that obviously that you want to, but that's also going to be appropriately challenging. So if you are looking at this 200 to 400 meter run and you're like, I don't know, I don't feel that comfortable running, especially fast, and we want you to treat it kind of like a sprint. Maybe the run isn't the best option for you. Maybe doing the up downs would be more appropriate. If you do have any history of back issues or anything like that, maybe we look into substituting out for something else. Hit me up in the Facebook comments and I'll get to you. But again, 200 to 400 meters. That could be anywhere from a minute to say a minute 45 or maybe 2 minutes. If you know that 400 meters is gonna take you longer than that, I want you to cut down on distance, okay? Or pick a different movement. When you get back in from your run or your up downs, I want you to go right into 20 seconds of air squats, okay? Yes, I still want you to go all the way down, hip crease below the top of the knee, and then standing nice and tall, hips extended at the top. But I want you guys to try and get the same number of air squats every time. Okay, so if you guys do have a timer or on your phone or wherever you can see that, awesome. Just make sure that you're aiming for the same number of squats. Okay, that's really where we're looking to be consistent. We know that when we go out and we run, we're going to run the same distance, or when we do the up downs, we're going to try and get about the same also. But the squats are really where we're looking for it. So be consistent there. After that, we do have a little bit of mobility of a little bit of the scorpion stretch. We don't do this one too often. Just make sure that we're not gonna irritate that low back, you guys, when we do that. There's some different alternatives for that too. Followed by lizard stretch, 2 minutes on each side, and then the alternating reach back for 20 reps.
A few moments later.
Oh, my optional workout. Optional workout. Do you have a barbell at home? Do you want to use it? Well, you can. And not just in the single leg RDL, because that's really hard. But you guys can have the option of adding a little bit of a clean progression in there if you want to. Okay, so for that, you guys, we have the optional 8-minute EMOM where you're gonna do 2 hang power cleans every minute for 8 minutes. There's a catch though, because that would be too easy, right? You are gonna catch the bar at whatever position, and then you're gonna hold that for 2 full seconds. Okay, what's the difference between a hang power clean and a hang squat clean? The hang power clean, you stay above parallel. Okay, so even if you're right just barely above it, awesome. If that's where you catch your weight, hold that for 2 seconds, then stand up and bring the bar back down. Okay, working on that catch position is a little bit challenging at first, but doing it with light weights will improve that position over time. When you're going into that marching plank, again, it's basically a low plank with a mountain climber combo, okay? But I want you guys to really focus on those upper abdominals doing work also. So it's not just your hip flexor kind of raising your leg, but I want you to think tighten your core up and then raise that knee, okay? Back to straight, tighten your core up, raise that knee. While you're doing that, I don't want to see you drag that toe on the ground though, okay? Try and keep that toe off the ground while you go through that. All right, single leg RDL, standing on one leg. You can have that toe down on the ground if you want to, or you can keep it totally off, whatever you want. But again, think hinging at the hip, good neutral spine. We're trying to lean forward without rounding the back for 3 seconds down and then 3 seconds up for 5 reps. So what that'll look like is on one foot, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, up, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And then down, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, up, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. When you're going through that, make sure, again, that you're feeling that in your hamstrings, as well as engaging your glutes on the way back up. We don't want to round the back, and we don't want to overstretch or overstress that hamstring. With the weight option, you can do single or double bell, or even a barbell. Again, 3 seconds down and 3 seconds up. Try and keep those hips squared out. Don't try and turn those hips out on the way up, okay? Again, hips squared up the whole time. 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. If you need to, keep that toe down. But all that weight is on my front leg. A modified version on one leg, using this upright or even the back of a couch or anything like that, just to hold on to for a little bit of stability. 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. As the option for something other than running, if you want to do up downs or something like this, that's totally fine. But for that, we're going to start out nice and upright. Standing is our starting position. We're going to go hands on the ground, kick your feet back to a push-up position, feet back under you, and stand tall. There's 1, 2. If you want to step back, you totally can, but just make sure that you get to that plank position or the top of your push-up every time. Air squats, we know this, it's a classic one. I want to see hip crease right here below the top of our knee in the bottom of that squat, or as close as you can to that. Hips go back, weight stays in your feet, feet are planted, okay? Knees are staying out, and I'm leaning forward just a little bit as I go down into that squat, okay? Again, knees are out, feet are flat, and my hip crease below the top of my knee. You can throw your hands out in front of you for a little bit of counterbalance, or if you want to hold on to something for a little bit of stability, that's fine also. All right, so the 8-minute optional EMOM, okay? If you do have a barbell or a heavy set of dumbbells, whatever you guys want to do for this, awesome. It's not required for the training today, it's just a little something extra. But a 8-minute EMOM, you guys, so every minute on the minute for those 8 minutes, 2 hang power clean, but there's a catch. You've got to pause for 2 seconds when you land in the catch position with the bar. So if you guys wanted to go into that high hang position and go from right there, awesome, you can go through the hang power clean there. Or if you wanted to go mid-thigh or just above the knee or maybe even below the knee, it's your preference at this point. We're going to really focus on going through that scoop position, so I'm driving my hips forward, getting that bar as high as I can with straight arms till I get to where those pockets are hitting the bar. From there, I go through that jump and drive, and then when I shrug, I think shrug the bar back and then also to start my descent underneath the bar. So at speed, and I hold it for 2 seconds and stand. There's 1, and I got 1 more. Dip, Lean forward, load your hips and hamstrings. Hold it for 2 seconds and stand. So first stretch that we've got on our cool down today is actually called a scorpion stretch. A few different versions of this, you guys, but what we're looking to try and do is to get our hip into extension with a little bit of rotation through our spine. Now, if you have any history of any back impingements or anything that would, discourage you from going into this position, don't be afraid to substitute it out for a pretzel stretch or something like that. But what we're gonna do, first option is to keep hands in front, and you're gonna kick that foot over and trying to reach that foot to the ground. Again, I'm looking at getting this hip flexor opened up, a good stretch. You can hold that for 1 minute to 2 minutes. The other option, if you want to throw a little bit of a shoulder stretch into it, is to actually elevate your opposite hand. Again, it should be just above your shoulder, your elbow and your hand. But then I'm going to push out of this one, and I'm going to drop that foot all the way over. I'm going to feel that stretch to the shoulder, and now the hip flexor in the back. You hold that for 1 to 2 minutes. All right, the next one that we've got for today is called a lizard stretch. We've done this before. Think about it as a really long lunge, and then you're gonna try and get both elbows to the ground, or like a version of the world's greatest stretch where we're just gonna hold that. Okay, so for this one, you guys, we've got our foot out front, we've got our knee down on the ground, and we're gonna look at trying to get both of our elbows down to the ground as best as we can. I'm a little bit stiff through my hips on this side, so if you need something like a medicine ball or something to prop yourself up a little bit, just a little bit higher can make it a little bit more comfortable. And if anything, you can just stay down on your palms or your hands to where you can still feel that stretch through the inside of that upward or the front facing leg, as well as that hip flexor on that back leg. Again, 2 minutes each side, you're gonna feel that stretch. And the last one we have today is going to be an alternating reach back. For this, we're going to start in a push-up position. Feet can be a little bit wider if needed, but try not to go too wide on those, okay? Hands just underneath the shoulders, feet at about shoulder width apart, and then I'm going to go hips up, keeping my hands down on the ground and my knees straight, okay? If I start bending those knees, that turns this into a different stretch. So again, knees straight, palms down. I'm going to reach one hand back, and I'm going to try and touch my opposite toe and then go back to the front or that push-up position. Hips go up and back, straight legs, touch my opposite toe, and back to that neutral position. 20 alternating reps right through that. You're going to feel those hamstrings real quick. All right, you guys, that's the end of day 2. If you guys need anything or if you have any questions about modifications or how to approach today's workout, don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help. Okay. Again, we did want to say thank you guys for sticking around. I know these are not ideal times with having to close the gym down for 2 weeks, but we're going to keep putting out material. We're going to keep helping you guys get fit. Again, we're really proud to call you guys part of our community, and we're proud to be able to serve you.